Good evening, folks. It's 21:49 on the 14th day, 5th month, 2022. And this is our mother. This is all of us. Look up, smile. And know you're in the big picture. Us is all of us. This is everything. If I include the rest of the Pacific over here, this is it. This is all we've got. We've got one shot at this. Only one. And I'm hoping on tonight's show I'll be able to nip back and forth and show comments. Well, when it comes to our geoengineered world, to get a full picture, I have to go back a day just to get this little bit here. So I'll start there in that little bit. Okay. Welcome to Alaska. This is Alaska as we go on into Canada. I'll put some borders on for you so you get an idea where we are. I did a little bit of work on the sound tonight. I hope you're happier with it, but you may catch a little more background noise tonight. So even as I look up here in the Yukon, right, going up to the Yukon, all that gold rush that went on up there, I see a big rush of crap in the skies over here. And as many of us are now familiar with that look of that microwave popcorn clouds on this lower deck here, in the typical square form of a geoengineered cloud formation and typical chem bomb type plume dispersal over the top of the people of Glacier Bay National Preserve. What are they preserving here? I don't think this is letting this place cool off. I think this is a blanket that actually holds heat in. It may even melt that glacier further, which would lead to a statistic of melting. Now I think we should just get to all of today. And I'm going to take you, just for the drama of it all, we're going to go towards the rising sun. Because why should the sun set on us? So that's how I'm going to do it. We have here is a look that's kind of known as a cloud whitening over the sea look, or marine cloud brightening. And if you Google that term and hit images on your Google, you'll see this look. It's not always just about ship trails, okay? Which I don't see any in this particular picture. That's an oddity. That black stuff going over the top there. What's going on there? Full disclosure needs to be done. As we're just going to go toward the coast here, I'll start to see that the chem bomb dispersal over here off the coast of what looks like Aberdeen. See that there? See the geometric form to that, and then the loops. Somebody would have gotten dizzy doing that, huh? Automated Balloon Systems Scope X. It's a Harvard program. Professor Keith is in. That's his big research. You see a lot of microwaves off the coast of California here, holding off their moisture and their rain. Something came along just in a line here. And that looks different than that and that and that. So as we go across the United States today, nice clear skies over California. Nice to see. It's always nice to see. I like to see that, but I don't like to see this over Mount Shasta. It's like somebody opened up a big Shasta drink, shook it up, man. It just went everywhere. All over the toppies. What a mess. That'll be like farmland down there. Or they played the biggest game of checkers anybody ever seen. Or is it the chessboard and there's nobody left on it to play? I don't know. You decide. X marks the spot here. Is that a geometric feature? Or a creature feature? Let's find out. Oh, I don't see the X there that day. What in the hell is that? Well, my goodness. There's a lot of these going on here. At Timbered Crater Wilderness Study Area. Oh, so they're studying how to chemtrail. Yep, there's the chemtrail. Let's follow the chemtrail, following the chemtrail, following the chemtrail over to Red Bluff. They ain't bluffing over there, Redden. My goodness. Would you look at the gilt? This shadow over here blocking out the sunlight that tree needs, that tree needs. Heck, there might be somebody out here been waiting all this time just to get a tan. And well, they just happen to be there. And they said, gee, that sucks. Chemtrails. Blocking my sunny day. Chemical trails. These supposed contrails have not dissipated. Chemtrails spreading out, taking up the sky. And that beautiful angel looking lake. Chico. Chico being sprayed by the man in California. My goodness, I can't believe I'm that old enough to say that joke, and some of you are old enough to know it. Some of you have been fighting this the whole time and old enough to know it. Oh my goodness. As we continue, the typical electromagnetic frequency EMF cloud interference pattern underneath this big veil of crap over here near Boise, outside of Oregon. That's a big rope of crap right there. You want to see how long it is? Hey, because it's USA, I'll behave. I'll give it to you in miles today. How about that? We'll go from here to here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking 445 miles. And if it did a typical, let's say, if I was flying a flight like we've been seeing lately, you know, you would leave the airport, let's say in Boise, and you come out here, right? This is what I see. And I'm looking at some crazy stuff, right? You would see somebody fly and they'll go, hey, ooh, oh, I got to do a journey one to do that. Oh, it's my mistake. But you see them doing some wild ass shit, huh? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then they get to their destination. What are they going around the moon 5, 6 times just to go somewhere else? Slingshot. You guys know what I'm talking about. If I had my pen, I'd draw it out. I'd Higgins this shit. Boing, boing, boing. National forest being fried. John Day, hey. My goodness. Down as we continue along on the chemtrail planet, spraying your mother like a bug. Isn't this disgusting? Craters of the Moon National Preserve. Well, you don't preserve things by microwaving them, but maybe that's what this stuff does. We'll all wake up one morning dead. I mean, petrified. What, are they having some kind of like white supremacy thing going on here with a swastika drawing in the sky? What's going on there? X marks the spot. Over Richfield. Richfield Rockets. Non-naturally occurring cloud formations over Shoshone. Twin Falls, Burley. Hey, Stray, I can pronounce these names. Pocatello and Grand Teton National Park. That means the big tits. It does. It's what they look like, too. They look like great big titties sticking up. Go look. It's well named. Kings Peak. Yeah. Well, this is Friar's Ridge here, man. They're all being fried. Look at the square edges on these clouds. That's not natural. If you were standing on the ground looking up that, seeing its reflection in your phone, maybe paying attention to the reflection in your phone, looking at your makeup, you might notice something like this. If you're someone like me, trying to keep your phone out of your hand as much as possible, you are looking up. And that stuff like here is barging right on into your lives. What the hell is that? Is that a land feature? I don't know. We'll have to go a couple days back. No. Computer says no. Chem-bomb says yes. Okay, now look at this plume. I'm just making my way across the United States. I'm over in Wyoming. You tell me all clouds all have a razor's edge like that? Does somebody went along with a pair of scissors? What's your after scissors? Look at that lightning bolt here. Is a David Bowie concert going on? Jesus fucking Christ. You're being sprayed like bugs, everybody. And zapped like them, too. Bzz, 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 pow. Perhaps we don't all blow up one day. Just too many metals in our body. Suddenly the right microwave hits you and 17 of them interfere with you like that. Fish cross pattern. One day you just go up. Who knows? Where will this lead? There it is again. The man's soon looking. The winds are blowing. Isn't this horrendous? Douglas Casper The not so friendly ghost of chemcrop over Wyoming. Chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb. Drippy chemtrails. It's a worldwide problem, folks. Not just a little bit of area. South Dakota sprayed there. Rapid City, rapidly depopulated. Spearing your fishes, ain't they? And spearfish. Going right through you. Look at that. And it is. It's going right through you. That almost looks like something written in Hebrew right there. They just blurred it out so you can't tell. Why would you blur out a satellite image like that unless you're trying to hide something? Right? They tell you if you don't want like CCTV cameras around, it's because you're trying to hide something. Well, when I see you doing something like that a minute ago, it's because you're trying to hide something. Right? You're the ones that accuse us of that, so I assume that's how you think. Over here in Valentine, it's the Valentine's Day massacre. Really? Let's screenshot that. Which new button is it? Aha, I can do it. See, I can do it again, folks. Thank you for the keyboard. I have just took a screenshot. That might be the shot of the day. The Sioux Falls. At least they're giving that a break. They're treating us all like this, so they treated the Sioux. Didn't they? Break every deal they have with us. And then he just herded them up. And, well, how many's left to even be themselves anymore? Not enough is the answer to that question. Pisgah. I wanted to put an H in that, call it Pishgaw. Why not? I just did it anyhow. You know, it's when you look at that and you go, whew, that's not bad, but that shows me a flow boundary. You see how that's going like that, where two masses of air will end up meeting. It's even got a sock to curl around. So they're in for some weather there. That's a move. That's a chess move. That's masses of air are going to meet up that way. Let's see where it's going to flow. I'm reading chemtrails here now. Yeah, here's where they're fucked. Yeah, right through here. Because all that'll meet and blend. What's down in Texas? Sorry if I'm moving too fast. It's like somebody farted down here, isn't it? Big cloud of crap over Louisiana. Okay, now. Right turn, Clyde. Right over there. Yeah, they're making something for y'all. It's quite evident that something is being done here in the Gulf of Mexico. We're not talking the horizon here blowing up and them lying about it. You know, the worst part about that is they take a chemical that's illegal in England and they sprayed it over here for the oil where it wasn't illegal, but yet it's the same ocean. Well, this is the same sky. You cannot run from the sky, okay? You can go underground. You're still going to be aired. And the way the sky has come down there with you. You might not see it, but what does the sky hold? Air. Well, here's the big error right there. Chem bombs suck. And they're ruining my world. Look at the difference in the color, how the ice crystals of whatever those chemical catalysts were refracting the light. Well, tell me that's a fake cloud. That's a real cloud. It's a cloud of crap and a cloud of lies hiding it. That is not cloud seeding right there. That is cloud creation. AKA geoengineering. Big square of microwave sitting next to it so it creates the winds to disperse it. Bzzz, getting fried, getting fried. You want to stand in that. Oh, wait a minute. We're all standing in it. And I don't like it. And I don't want to stand in it. How about this, New Orleans? You having a good day here? You go whited out, crapped out sky? I'm not that far around the world yet, and I'm already tired of looking at it. Are you tired of it? I'm telling you guys it's a worldwide problem. I'm leading right over to the place that agreed to do it. I am. I'm headed right there. Like if we was marching right now, we're there. Right, we're right around the corner now. We just follow the chemtrails from Montgomery, where Dr. King marched, to Atlanta. over into Charlotte, North Carolina, through all this microwave bullshit. We have been fried the entire journey. Bzzz. And now as we head into North Kakalaki in Virginia, a total whiteout knob. I mean a mass. I saw Spruce's knob. But the real knobs are right here. Here's your fucking knobs underneath all this whited out crap. And it is chem crap. When I zoom out, I'll show you. Right here to the gill. Over here is a place called the United Nations. The United Nations make rules that affect you, whether you like them or not. Some of those rules I find to be good. Some of them I find to be unacceptable. And there's one that is doing this even this many miles away over here off the coast of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and New Haven, is an unacceptable chemtrailed mass. I was born in that state. This is where I was born. And they left the N out. They moved one of the N's over here. It would be Connecticut. And then I would have been much happier to say the name of where I was born. And that's disgusting. Let's say you're going to do the crossing. Everybody put your seatbelts on. Be prepared to be bored to death and have your sleep interrupted while we randomly try to sell you product from our catalog that's conveniently been touched by everybody in front of you asymptomatically as we do the crossing. All right, we're doing the crossing now. You want to do the crossing for real? I'll do this in the journey. I'll measure a distance. We'll do this in miles. Okay, we're going to do the crossing. Right, if we're going to do the crossing, we'll start usually from right over here. You would be leaving Newark Airport, looking across the river at New York City, right? You'd come out over here. You do this every time. Every time. You would have flown through this crap, right? Over Nova Scotia. Through all this crap. And you'll find, then, once you get to here, to St. John's, where is it? You'll get here. Somewhere off the coast here. You always do a mark. That's where you get handed off by air traffic control. You're pretty much on your own till you come over here. You mean really, you'll do the crossing. That's why that first time when I saw that red rope, it just made sense to me. And that's 1,186 miles of crap. And I'm telling you, it's crap. Look, now I'll take a little slower look for you. You got microwaves all dispersing all the hell through you. And that ain't all no freaking gravity waves. That's an unproven theory. And it's a fact. Even NASA hasn't proved it. And NASA's the one that said they did prove it. So there you go. What a bunch of nassholes. Liars. One day they'll burn. Fucking hell they will. Pitchforks and all. Evenly spaced plumes of something catalyzing clouds in the atmosphere. See it? That's chem bombs. Something's happening there that's different than the old clouds. I'm going to give those their names. Those are called chem bombs. Chemtrails in your sky. Look at that. Square form in the middle of this mess over the ocean that fish live in. Enjoy those fish sticks. They're loaded with this shit that's falling out from this. Boom. Percussion ring. Boom. Right in the center here. Only thing missing here is plain old anxiety when I look at these fireworks. If somehow these sins will not be forgotten or forgiven. I can't forgive this. I can't forgive this. Chem bomb going out, refracting light difference, some kind of a blue refraction of ice crystals here. Nucleating ice crystal condensates. So I can't lean forward enough to use the mic. So I'll have to fix that the next day, but sorry. As we get through another sea of bullshit, microwave, rumble fish the whole time. Like a fox. What do you see in your imaginarium in that cloud? Never lose your innocence, folks. Don't let it be taken away. Don't let them take our sunshine away either with any kind of program designed specifically to take sunshine away. Yeah, if we could just plant some trees, that would be great. And they'll take care of all the carbon dioxide and give us a nice oxygen, and that sounds like a pretty good deal. You know, we give them some life, they give us some life, life for life. We're talking symbiosis here, which the universe loves symbioticness. It's like akin to charity without expecting anything in return, because if you didn't get back what they were given, you would die. And if I have a feeling if we weren't here, they would live. Because other things would give them that oxygen they need. That we're taking away from them when we block the sunlight over these waters. Off of coast of Halifax and Yarmouth. They got absolutely fried. Those are microwaves. And they're well known for having a microwave base here, or things that observe. And look at this shadow this cloud is making here. How happy do you think the photoplankton were underneath this not naturally occurring cloud formation? Look at the freaking ram. Look at the shadow. That's not kind. Is that kindness? Are we bullying the ocean? I think we are. We're cooking the fish for you could catch them. This is incredible, that. I'm getting quicker at my screenshots. Absolutely horrendous. That'll be an interesting view on the GOES satellite. Hey, Mike. Somebody get the word to Mike Morales. Have him show that one live on his thing tonight. That's a good EMF waveform there from the show. Hey, look, here's a different Sydney getting fucked. Right? How many Sydneys can get fucked? So I just jump across the world? I have a feeling I ain't gonna make it across the planet tonight. Because this is draining me. Square, 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 square. Fish heads don't play drums. They don't go to parties. A bunch of fucking knotheads. Square starbs don't play drums. Squares on squares on squares as we did the crossing across the Atlantic here into the Bay of Biscay. Everybody loving France. Yay, I get to see the Eiffel Tower. Yay, I get to see the Eiffel Tower. Where is France? Where is France? Somewhere under there. Shitting their pants, because look at the shit over the top of them. Yay, we're going to land in Paris. What do you mean it's this whited out crap? I ain't going to get to see the Eiffel Tower when I fly into Charles de Gaulle. What do you mean they had the gall to spray it like bugs? Well, they did, because we have let them in New York's United Nations run our world, and that has got to cease. They are an organization, not your sovereign nation, and that needs to be known as a fact, because that's the fact, Jack. La Rochelle. Would you like La Rochelle wine? Now with that shit falling out on it, how would you like some Bordeaux there? Ew, it tastes funky. It's a little fishy, maybe a little bit like matches, or do I want to just chew some matches, drink your wine, and that's what the fallout wine tastes like? My God. Condom. We will now pause and see the whiteout over condom. I think they missed. Maybe there's a rip in the condom. Yeah, that's it. The condom ripped and it spilled all over Europe. So Europe, you're one great big ejaculation shot, a huge bukkake party, and we're getting a facial and a nose full. And I think the color's on. England, I didn't leave you out. I'm just tired of looking at you. I've been stuck here too much. So I'm going to say, well, fuck that. Benvenuti Italiano. Holy mamma mia, razza. Boom, 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 go to plume. On the fucking hell, would you look at the girl? Chemtrail, 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 chembomb, 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 square form, Galileo, Galileo. Fucking hell. Galileo, boom, boom, boom. The cambambo, boom, 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 boom. Oh, mamma mia, geoengineering sucks. Don't it? It's Beelzebub. Has the devil put aside for all of us doing this? All of us. Was it your dream to go to Pisa and take a picture of the sun of Venice? Or if you look this way to the rising sun of Venice, this is what you would have seen. Big plume of crap off the coast of Chiarle. How would you pronounce that? I've just got to sound like you're in the middle of The Godfather and serving dinner at the table. And you'll get Italian real quick. Na 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 da 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 da, call is on. Call is on. Can bombs suck? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 plumes, boom, 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 plumes. Fucking hell, that's bad, isn't it? The hell they brewing off the coast here? They'll be bringing some sand with them. Not a fucking chance. You don't see any sand over here, like at all. Or through here. No. Oh, we got a little sand here. I'm noticing it. So that'll get whipped up into Turkey, and that'll definitely toxify some lungs over eastern Turkey, heading into West Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey, the Black Sea. Where evidently I must have some Black Sea in me the way I bargain. It was always say I was like Black Sea people. And I take that as an honor. We got an EMF dispersal. We also have boom, 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 plums. Holy shit. And those strato cruisers that I'll do another presentation on a little more in depth do have EMF emitters on them. So, and perturbation is one of their listed functions. Boy, is my voice shot. If these geoengineers would just leave Oz alone long enough for me to have a fucking sleep, that would be great. You know, like that guy in The Office. Yep, sprayed like bugs, Turkey. That's sickness mix. But it's not the short plume ones that fall out quicker, like those are there. S. Where's Superman when you need him? I think they tugged on his cape. Something emitted from this central point. Like somebody getting bent over right there. Ah! Am I actually going to make it across the world? We'll have to take a big leap and jump 1,000 miles or so. Let's go to India. Let's look what happened to them. Look at this. A couple days ago it came in. I was watching it on the 9th. All the chem around it. See it? Watch it. They barreled it in. Look at the color of that. Not nice and wide. Look at the chem feeding the outside of this storm in the Bay of Bengal. And it absolutely dumped some rain on them. I just didn't have time to cover it all. Look at this here as it went inshore. It slammed right into them. Absolutely smashed them. Yeah, they didn't have a very good week either. And they're having a less of a better week in the next coming week up through here. As this here gets manipulated. Someone over there needs to cover y'all, because I just ain't got time. Boom. Something went off, look. Stripe, 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 stripe. Chemtrail, 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 chemtrail. Microwave something here. Right turn, Clyde. Bam! And it punches out the window. Remember that? That move? Can you get much more square than that? Or do you want another one inside of it before you say, hey, something's going on here. Something not right. That ain't what I was taught in school. That's not what a circulation is. Circulations are round. When I flush my toilet, it doesn't make a square before it goes down the hole. It swooshes, a whoosh. Imagine a square would make a bit different noise. It would make the noise like 100-mile-an-hour winds and stuff bearing down on places. Like over here. Look at this shit. Off the coast of Taiwan and the Philippines. Philippines are a terrible victim of geoengineers. They work up moisture into for the monsoon season that affects Thailand, Vietnam, in this area. That without it, the farming would be decimated. I have to point that out. If something disrupts their monsoon, it decimates their crops. And even as we go in here toward the Koreas, you see another line of chem bomb plumes. Something went along in a line and used the artillery method that's allowed in the governance document and did this. That ain't Moses parting the Red Sea there, I'll fucking tell you that. He'd throw the tablets on their head for doing this. That's somebody goddamn milking us and making the golden calf. Look at this shit. I'm gonna back up and look at that a little more. How'd you like to fly through that? That's getting in the cabin air and stuff, and this needs investigating by work safety people around the world. And as the cabin crew and stuff have to breathe stuff like that. And I'm not allowed to just walk on board with a piece of equipment to measure it. I'll tell you that. You bring on something with batteries and stuff, they're going to check you out. You will not be getting on that plane. Yeah, I ain't left you out. Bzzz. Getting fried, getting fried. Look at the square form to this, Australia. Right here, just like the rest of the world is getting. Chemtrail lines. Chemtrail boom boom plumes off your coast. Look at this shit. Look at that square. Multiple use zone. Yeah, all y'all being used. And this is going somewhere else. This is drifting. This is falling out. This is a crime going on right now. Grafton. If I find a little piece of clearing here, all I see is a square. And it's been so blurred out. You can't tell me they can't capable of taking even a camera off my smartphone, take a better picture of that from a satellite than they're getting. They think we're stupid. Give us smartphones. I'm smarter than my phone. How about you? My phone ain't doing nothing I don't ask it to do. I don't have to have it. Well, it's probably doing a lot I'm not asking it to do, but you know, when you give permissions on apps to access certain things, things will happen. Look at this straight line here over Warwick. Boy, they copped at this area here. They got absolutely rained out. And they're going to get constant, ongoing rain here for about the next 14 days or so, because all this shit's wide loaded up. And all your moisture's right here. It's coming in this direction too. I ain't never seen it do this before. This ain't the El Nino effect or anything like that. This is climate forcing with a geoengineering move, pushing moisture down. It can't go here from an ENF move. It backs up. It has to backwards go. Pulse, boom. Pulse, boom. Down and out. Down, down, in. Have it, have it, have it, have it, because they want what you've got. They are grabbing your land. They're stealing your election. They're ruining your childhood. How fucking dare they? And how dare you not stop it? That is all.